Joining us again right now on another wrestling podcast is a world-traveling, suplexing, championship-winning Callihan Death Machine. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Sami Callihan. Sami, how are you doing, man?
Finally. How you doing, man? We've been playing phone tag for the last couple of weeks. Finally glad to get back on the show.
That's right. Last time we talked to you, you parted ways with NXT and WWE, but, right now, what drove you to create your very own promotion?
It's one of those things. I was actually quite the entrepreneur, you say. When I was younger, I actually ran a company called American Lucha Corps based out of Ohio, and I ended up running a show at the arena when I was just 20 years old. And when I left WWE, this is something that was just kind of presented to me, and all the balls fell into the right place. And now we're doing a ginormous wrestling show in Iowa.
That's right. So you guys got your debut show on June 10th coming up here. A huge show, a huge lineup. But for you, what's the process like of, picking the talent and especially the matches?
Well, here's the cool thing about professional wrestling Revolver, the Pro Wrestling Revolver. It's kind of a concept I've had for a couple of years now, and now I get a chance to really put it to the test and see how it works with so many wrestling products out there. The one big thing is a lot of wrestling fans, their attention spans are so small, and they're so quick to put in a DVD and take it out, or put on a stream and cut that stream and go right to another stream, because everything is right at everyone's fingertips. Any kind of match you ever want to watch is right at everyone's fingertips. So what I figured I would do is something different. The Pro Wrestling Revolver truly is a revolving door of the who's who in professional wrestling. Every show will be its own entity. I'll be running shows at different parts all over the United States, and the cool thing about Revolver is every show will have a different roster, every show will have a different theme. If a storyline starts on a show, it will end on that show. Everything will be contained in one solid show, and it'll be released in volumes like that.
Oh, great. Now, through your career, you've done a little bit of everything involving pro wrestling. Did you find that creating and booking came easy to you for this show coming up?
I don't know if it's something that came easy, but it's something that I've just had the chance to be around so many amazing minds that have ran and booked shows and picked up a little bit of advice here and a little bit of advice there. And it's something I really felt like I owed to myself and owed to the wrestling fans to show them what my vision of professional wrestling is and what I absolutely love about professional wrestling. And that's what I'm going to do with the Revolver.
Sure. Now, is there any ultimate goal you want to do with this promotion? Anything in the long run?
I don't know if it's an ultimate goal. I want it to just be something that's it's our product. It's the wrestler's product. It's the wrestling fans' product. It's something that we're all working towards a common goal, just to put on one kick-ass show because that's what we love to do.
Great. Now, from the likes of yourself, Bob Holly, Billy Gunn, John Morrison, Trevor Lee, the list goes on and on. But, is there anybody out there you're hoping to add to the roster soon that we might be able to see on June 10th?
Well, we just had a PJ Black last minute. He'll actually be taking the spot of Jack Evans. One of the matches we had planned for the card was Jack Evans versus Scotty 2 Hotty. I don't know about you, but that's kind of a dream match for me that, if nothing else, would entertain me, and I think it's something that will entertain the internet wrestling fans. But sadly, Jack has suffered a broken jaw and won't be back in time. So I ain't going to replace him with someone of equal or lesser value. So why not bring in PJ Black? He's absolutely amazing. He's another guy that's on tear right now and has a chip on his shoulder and showing his vision of what he believes professional wrestling truly is. And that's just having fun and putting on something that's truly entertaining, new, and unique.
Sure, definitely. Now, you've been wrestling all over as of late on some of the greatest, with some of the greatest wrestlers in the world today. What have been some of your favorite matches as of late since leaving NXT?
Well, a lot of them. I feel right now, first of all, I'm in the best shape of my career, and I feel like I'm having the best matches of my career. I did learn a lot being away from the indies and being able to now come back fresh with something new and a brand new chip on my shoulder. So my matches with Zack Sabre Jr., I have an upcoming match with Tommy End. There's a guy that I wrestled a couple months ago in England. You'll be hearing a lot of them coming up here soon, named Pete Dunne. I put my stamp of approval on him, Zack Sabre Jr., pretty much the rest of England. It's absolutely amazing. But other than that, I am traveling the world right now. That's why it's been so hard for us to set up an interview. I've just been so busy. This week I'm in L.A. Just for this instance. tomorrow I fly to PWG to wrestle Roderick Strong, and then the next day I fly to PWX to wrestle John Schuyler. PWX Championship on the line, AAW Championship on the line, one super match, winner take all. The next day I have a seminar. I fly home. I'm home for a couple of days, fly back to LA. Then I'm home for 6 hours, and I fly out to England, take part in the Progress Strong Style tournament, which is shaping up to be one of the best tournaments in Europe this year, not maybe just not even Europe, the world. It's going to be something absolutely crazy. And I get right back and go right back to the grind. So there's absolutely no rest for the Callihan Death Machine right now.
Definitely. And now, the news hit the internet just recently that you have signed a deal with Lucha Underground on Season 3. Is there anything you could probably tell us about this deal or what you're looking forward to wrestling in the Temple?
I'll just tell you this. The man known as Sami Callihan will not be in the Temple, and that's pretty much all I can tell you.
All right. Fair enough. Well, going back a little bit, though, to, there is no shortage of talent on the indie scene right now. Who are some of the people that you personally enjoy watching right now?
Well, there's a couple guys that's been around for a long time, and I don't feel like they get enough credit. And I feel like if they're just given the opportunity somewhere, they'll really break out. And that's a guy out of Atlanta named Chip Day. I wrestled him a couple months ago, and he just absolutely blew me away. I know he's been around for a while, but never really got that chance to break out. As well as Martin Stone, wrestles Danny Burch in NXT for a little bit, keeps going back and forth between NXT and on the indies now, but right now he's in the best shape of his career and having some of the best matches of his career. So those are two guys you definitely have to look out for, as well as a guy that I like to say I helped train, and I've really helped him the last year or so, with a guy named Jason Cade. He finally made his debut for Evolve Wrestling, and he's going to be a guy you'll be hearing about a lot the next year or two.
Great. Now, you were very much part of WWE, and we never really get to ask this to anybody else except for fans and whatnot, but asking you as a wrestler, what are your personal thoughts about Roman Reigns and how he's being treated by the fans? Any thoughts about that?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not afraid to say it. Me and all my friends are in the business. We're still ginormous wrestling fans, and I think that's what's great about wrestling right now. It's such a great time to be a fan because there's so many options right now. And what's cool about the reaction that Roman Reigns gets from these fans is his reaction. Like, that's what people don't understand. It doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to. This is a solid foundation and something that's a solid reaction that he's getting from these fans that's organic. You can't plan or buy something like that. So it's just something that happens. But I'm, for one, interested to see how it turns out. You never know what's going to happen or what the fans are going to do, because right now the power truly is in the fans.
Definitely. Now, unfortunately, several WWE wrestlers were released a few weeks back, and as someone who asked for the release, what advice would you offer to these wrestlers who are going back and getting back out there for the first time outside of WWE?
Do what you want. You have the freedom now to go out there and just absolutely reinvent yourself and take your own path and do exactly what you want to try to reinvent yourself and establish yourself as one of the top guys on the wrestling planet, because there is a livelihood and there is business that can be done outside of WWE, and that's what, right now, I keep saying this, but that's what's great about being a wrestler right now. There's so many opportunities, so many great companies.
Definitely. And now, in August, you're going to be in our neck of the woods. You'll be appearing for Northeast Wrestling for their annual Wrestling Under the Stars event. Are you looking forward to getting back to the East Coast and sharing the locker room with the likes of Kurt Angle, Jushin Thunder Liger, the Hardy Boys, Mick Foley, and so many others?
Absolutely. Those shows are huge. They're always a big event. And anytime I get to go out to NEW on the East Coast, I always have a blast, and it always ends up being something special. And I know who I'm wrestling on that show, but I'm not going to let it out right now. But I'm just going to tell you it's going to be a first time ever on the East Coast this match happening, and when it breaks, it will be a huge matchup and will be something that everyone's going to be talking about on the East Coast.
All right. Now, other than traveling all over the world and creating your very own promotion, what else could we expect from Sami Callihan in 2016?
You don't know, and that's just me. I could be in Cali this month, LA next week. Well, that's the same city. I'm an idiot by saying that, but you know what I mean. I could be Cali one night, Philly the next night, Japan the next night, Europe the next night. You never know where I'm going to show up. You never know what I'm going to do, but the one thing I will say, you will be hearing the name Sami Callihan over and over and over again, because this year is just the beginning of what I truly am going to become, and hopefully the legacy that I'll leave on this business will all begin this year.
Lightning round.
A wrestler who had the biggest influence on your career?
I don't know. There's been a lot of them. Like, I don't want to say just one. I'm going to say the whole roster of World Class Wrestling. That's what made me love wrestling and what I still watch to this day to get ideas from.
Perfect. How about the last movie you watched?
Last movie I watched, I actually watched a movie last night. I watched Keanu. It's hilarious. I love cats. Recently, I found out I have some sort of weird obsession with cats. I don't know what it is.
There you go. All right. What is your go-to road food?
Go-to road food?
Yep.
Combos, every time.
All right. Now, we might have been robbed by not getting a Solomon Crow action figure, but now that you're back out there, will we ever see a Sami Callihan figure?
Absolutely. I signed a deal a couple months ago with Figures Toy Company, and there will be a Sami Callihan action figure coming out in the next foreseeable future.
Great. Now, if you had to change your entrance theme tomorrow, what song would you pick?
For Whom the Bell is Tolled by Metallica, every day, everywhere.
All right. And now, is there a hidden talent that nobody probably knows about?
I'm like absurdly clumsy. Like, I'd say it's a talent like in a lucky way, because somehow I can be clumsy and somehow luckily not get injured and somehow end up in a better situation than what I once was in, if that makes any sense.
Once again, everybody, the Pro Wrestling Revolver, June 10th is the debut show. Sammy, where can the fans follow you, the Pro Wrestling Revolver, and all that information? Could we get it out there for them?
Check out the website, www.prowrestlingrevolver.com. Hit me up on Twitter. Give it a follow. Check it out for exclusive content, videos, posters, interviews, and such at PW Revolver. Or just hit me up on Twitter at the Sami Callihan, hashtag bestest in the world.
Thank you so much for joining us once again, Sammy. We wish you nothing but the best with the Pro Wrestling Revolver and everything in 2016 with your career.
Thank you. Have a good one. I'm sure I'll be on here sometime in the foreseeable future, which you can tell is my new favorite thing. It makes me sound smart.